Welcome back to another episode of Your Daily Real Estate. I'm Tristan. This episode's about open houses. I just did a webinar with my friend Curtis Fenn. He runs RedX, and RedX is that company that does the whole expireds and for sale by owners thing, but they also have other cool things. And he brought up a good point. He said, Tristan, open houses is right now in most areas the biggest opportunity you have, because it's one thing that hasn't changed a lot. And I thought, let me think on this. Okay, I think you might be right. Minus the whole sign in, right? A sign, hey, if I need to show you this property, it's kind of like I'm giving you a tour if I'm not the listing agent, right? Minus that, yes, open houses by far is still the biggest opportunity. Interest rates as of today have dropped. So you are having a lot more buyers come in. He said, Tristan, I've gone through Reddit and I'm seeing that a lot of buyers in general, people that want to buy real estate, are going through and saying, hey, why don't we just go take a look at open houses? It's a lot easier for us now to take a look at open houses because most agents just kind of let you go through. And so I think this is where we have an opportunity to brush up on our ability to connect with people and go through and say, hey, sign in, right? Sign this. But more importantly, what do you do with these leads after, even before we had these rules? I know a lot of agents who would get a lot of great people into their open houses, but would do really bad at following up. So here are the things that we came up with. Number one, I need you to have a follow-up process after. I've got one. I'm actually opening it up right now. It's in one of my Google Docs. It's what I call my follow-up process for open houses. And I would love for you to outline something like this. Here's mine. Here's what it's called. It's called Open House Follow-Up for 2023. I don't think we've changed it very much. And I have another one called Open House Strips. It's got, let's see, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 5, day 10, day 15. So I'm communicating with them after they've signed up, and we typically have them sign up through like Lofty or some like Open House Pro or something, where we capture their information. We then follow up with them because we know that most agents don't. Number 2, this one comes from Curtis. He said, Tristan, you can also retarget them, right? Even if it's like 30, 20, 40 people, whatever it is, retarget them. This way, whenever you have another open house, they're being retargeted and saying, hey, we've got an open house. And they provide the services also. That's why he said it. He says, I'm going to read this to you. He goes, I prefer to have them sign in electronically. And when you have another open house, you can retarget them and get them into the new one. And I thought, dude, that is a magnificent idea. That was number 2. Number 3, which was super easy, I thought this one was really good since I do a lot of social. He said, Tristan, on social media, do me a favor. I go, what? Use local visual locations that people know about, landmarks, neighborhoods, parks, anything to showcase where you are. Because if that's what your hook is, people are like, oh, this person's in this area. I got it. He's got an open house there coming up. Nice. If you start using those location pieces, those landmark pieces, it will attract a really good audience towards you. And if you don't have a landmark piece, or you forgot and you're at the open house, or let's say you're just at the house because you're putting up the signs or you're getting it ready, well, I would highly suggest that you go through and say, hey, I'm having an open house at this home. This is my favorite feature of this home. So if you come here, let me know what you think about, and then you walk through the home and say, this is my favorite feature and this is why. And I've got another friend who said, well, Tristan, that's great and all, but I'm having a competition and I'm going to put it up on my Instagram and say, hey everyone, I'm having an open house, but I'm also doing a giveaway. It's going to be somewhere in this house. It's $100 gift card, and it's going to be in a little paper you have to find somewhere in this house. Here is the clue. And he gives out the clue. And then he says, come by. And then he gives the date, Saturday from 1 to 4. Take a look, see if you can find it. Here is the only clue I'm going to give you. And If you find it, we're going to put you into a raffle to win the gift card. So I love that, because now if somebody actually does find it, they don't get that gift card. They get put into the raffle to win the gift card. And you can do the gift card for the month. So if you have multiple open houses, you do one giveaway and people will sign up for it. I love this, man. This is great. So anyway, I said, great, Curtis. That was a great conversation. I wanted to share that with you, and we'll talk again tomorrow.